I got something to say for the government, by the way, the US government and the president. But before we get started, I like to take a hit as a citizen with rights. Now, let's say I have this thing that the government wants to hear. You want to know how the government can set peace amongst this world and help others? Cool. First, let's read up on what I think the government in the US needs to know. One, I believe that the Republican and Democrat should work together with each other because you guys have the same thing in common, even though you're led differently. Understand? Same thing in common, but led differently. Do you understand what I'm catching or saying? Because I don't know if you're catching what I'm about to say. Meaning that you have the same thing as in speaking for rights, speaking for freedom, and speaking for the needs of others, including yourselves. Now here's what the thing we have in common. Government, I don't like the violence. I don't like the war. I don't like competition, nor do I like greedy people, nor do I like self-pity people, nor do I care about what side you think I should be on, because I'm not on the Republic or the Democrat side. You know why? Because it looks like they're in competition. When I think a good name, Democrat, Republican, should work together. The big name, put it together, Democrat, Republican. Dun, 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 dun. You guys want to help spread peace? Learn to actually do that with your actions first before you go trying to lead others. Because a leader is not a leader without learning itself first. Do you understand? I may not be perfect. I may not be rich and fancy in your shoes or whatever it is, but you want my opinion, how to stop being greedy with people's lives. And number two, why would I want to help your U.S. government when you knew who I was since birth and you stole from me and you got greedy? I'm not giving you anything you could take credit for unless you pay me for that shit. And don't lie. So what I think is peace and love is what defeats darkness amongst yourself, amongst your neighbors, amongst the world. Let's see. I believe that the Democrats and the Republicans have the same thing as drug smuggling, war, killing, sex trafficking, and setting things straight into motion to help bring union. That's what they really are. They're not the type of people to start war. Did you see Abraham starting war? Nah. Did you see Martin Luther King starting war? Nah. Those are black and white people who stood up for each nation. Something you should be doing and not being greedy. You see, God likes people who can lead without self-pity and greed in them. You guys take advantage of life and take credit for what life gives you. I'm not giving you credit for my shit. I can give you advice. It is up for the U.S. government and the president to take it. And learn to be grateful for the breath in your body and stop being greedy with every other citizen and their word and their life. And stop taking credit for what's not yours because you feel like somebody else is better. No. To be honest, if you take Republican and Democrat, you both could be better if you wasn't so greedy with each other's senses. Exactly. Take that 10 cents and put it into the government. Because my 10 cents just ruled over all of y'all, including the president. And I'm not neither one of y'all, but I choose to be myself. I choose not to be greedy. I choose to be grateful for what I have in life. You guys, you fancy house and rich cars. I don't fancy none of that shit. I fancy what more of God wants for his people and less what his people wants for them. You sit here, you mock God, you want my advice, obey, stop mocking God, and do the righteous thing in life if you want to set peace amongst this world and give back what you took from those since you know who they were. Stop making other people suffer because you ain't no real leaders asking for advice from citizens who you thought wasn't smart for you. And I don't even know how you texted my numbers. Why would you ask me to vote for two things that never actually made me happy in life? I don't appreciate the greed. I don't appreciate the violence. I don't appreciate none of the sins that go down in this world, and nor does God. I only have vote for one, and that's God. Whether you want me to or not, and I vote for myself. Because at the end of the day, I know the difference between respect and honesty and what is given and what is not given and what is to be taken lightly and what is not to be taken lightly. The difference between me and y'all, I'm not giving you courage or advice for what you could take credit for off my mouth. And if I ain't getting paid that $1,000 you owe me from since birth, since you were a part of fucking over my life, to being greedy with my shit and to playing God, why would I want to help y'all? You ain't paying me for it, are you? No, because all you do is sit there and take credit and take money from people. Therefore, that's how you create war. Because you want to lower taxes. Well, how about this? You want to lower taxes? Stop overpricing the housings. How about that? Start making homes for the people that are going through homeless situations. That's another way of a leadership that can show love. Start giving love to nature and yourself and everybody else around this world, and realize that you're not the only ones in this world, breathing, walking, and living. And start respecting your damn fucking creator. How about that? Because you're ungrateful for the breath he gave you in his body, when actually you're living off his breath. So how about this? Stop trying to sit around and be cool because you think money's forever. That shit is temporary. God knows myself. How I saw the world in my dreams, it actually became eternal and peaceful when everybody stopped the war, stopped the sins, and stopped all the allegations against innocent people because they want to act like they're better and smarter. Apparently, government and U.S. president, you don't know me, sweets. I do not hate y'all, but I hate your actions because they make me sick. And I will speak up for that. I don't hate not one soul who hates me, because they can't accept themselves for what they were. Or they had to be greedy with one's life and take pride in that. Then they had to sit here and mock and play God. You never created your own life, nor any other life, but self take part in greed and ungratefulness and sin and war. Don't ask me for advice if you can't take your own. But to be honest, this goes to the president and the U.S. government. How about not being selfish? How about not being greedy with everyone's life to spread peace and love across the content of this world, and stop the war and be grateful, not harmful. You can have rules, but don't go overboard. You wonder why I don't vote for neither, because the government knew who I was and took what was legally mine since my birth. Unless you don't take credit for my work or be controlling and manipulative or greedy with people's. Otherwise, why would I help those who take credit and be greedy with other people's words? Make up your own shit. You started the war, U.S. and government. You fucking fix it. Because you ain't paying nobody to waste their breath. All you do is take. You don't give. And you want to know how you can get eternal? If you learn how to spread peace and does what God says. Listen, because he knows what's best for you, then you know what's best for yourself. I don't care what you are, who you are, or how high you come. The gifts and the dreams for you to become president and the government was given by God. Knock it off. You want to sit here and be greedy with other people's lives and take credit for every fucking thing. Why would I want to help something that took away from my life and can't give respect equally or treat me like the U.S. citizen that I am? This citizen has her rights And her rights are demanded to her stuff needing to be returned that was legally left down to her. And if the government can't help her, then her can't help the government. That's it. So don't text my number asking me to vote for which. If you work together, since you got the same thing in common, but even though you're led differently, you can actually do it. Put your mind to it. I mean, you're smart, right? You're all that, right? Okay, don't ask me for advice if you can't pay me for it. And if you can't treat my life with respect and you can't do what I asked by giving me my own money back, by stop playing with me and my son's life, by lying and slandering my name and thinking that I am some mentally unstable person because that's what you make me out to be, that is not what I am. Then I don't want you asking me for nothing. Do you understand the U.S. government and president? I hope so, because this citizen speaks for her rights. You can stay out of my life if you can't bring back what's mine. And don't ask me for your help or your damn opinion on how to bring peace into this world when you know everything I said on YouTube, love and kindness and being good and not being greedy with every fucking thing and playing God and all that sin you put up in your head that you think is going to help you, when now you create war. Don't ask this citizen who you think is mentally unstable for advice because, honey, you don't want to hear what I have to say. And honestly, you won't like my answer because I'll probably come out better than yours. It's what I've been repeating and wasting my breath on you hard-headed people on. I work for something higher than y'all. There's a difference. So I vote for God. And I vote for his rights. And I vote that he should be able to be heard. And so should his people. Otherwise, if you're going to treat us like shit, don't ask us for nothing if you know you're going to take credit for it. Bye-bye. And that's all she wrote.